When you sit your ex-husband, his new girlfriend, and your broken pride in the same row at the Bet Awards. You wind up with Remy Ma front and center in a silent soap drama with 4K cameras zooming in on every twitch of her left eyelash. It's not hyperbole to suggest that footage of Remy Ma seated immediately behind Papoose and Claressa Shields during the biggest night in black entertainment has gone viral on the internet. She wasn't clapping her eyes, let's say. Did someone at Bet intentionally seat Remy for maximum mayhem and sensationalism? Or was it a coincidence or act of sabotage? Remy sits there with a face that reads, "I've made some life-altering mistakes." Forget the red carpet. This was a public heartbreak with assigned seating, and trust us when we say that the jealousy, the shade, and the silent screaming were louder than any performance that night. In the video, Claressa is seen tossing her hair and grinning widely as if it were prom night. Hold on tight because we may be about to discover the most absurd Bet narrative of the decade. Welcome to the Bet Awards 2025 Hunger Games. Ladies and gentlemen, the performances were terrible, but the outfits were gorgeous. The main attraction was Remy Ma, who was sitting behind her own death in Section B, Row 4. Yes, you read correctly. This was a live-streamed reminder that sometimes karma doesn't just slap. Was more than just an awards event. She gets popcorn, reserves front row seats, and lets you witness your man snuggle up to a new woman inches away. Let's take a moment to reflect on why this was the most cruel seating arrangement in Bet history before we watch the video that shows social media users in cardiac collapse. Remy Ma isn't just any visitor, you see. She's a lady who has walked the couple who gave people hope that love could endure everything were the black love poster children. Though she persevered through fire, served time, and supported her man, Papoose, while he practically wrote loyalty-themed poetry with his beard for years. The plot twist, or perhaps we should say the uppercut from reality, came when rumors started to circulate about tension and claims that Remy's mother may have left the marriage ring for a brief sparring match with none other than Easy the block captain, a man whose name screams, "This won't end well," while Remy was out there fighting temptation like it was summer madness. The Claressa Papoose storyline was building in the background like a hurricane headed for Remy's emotional beachfront property. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields, who was undefeated in the boxing ring and apparently undefeated in real life, is quietly switching from a few friendly appearances to "we're just supporting each other" tweets. After then, it was BET Awards night, and due to Twitter Papoose, they made sure everything reached a head with a series of leaked seating maps that mysteriously appeared online hours before the program. Remy Ma sat stone-faced and blinking at a frequency that scientists say signals impending internal breakdown. But the real action was behind Claressa's sparkly ponytail. We refer to genuine TikTokers with ring lights as eyewitnesses. Remy Ma, shining like a newly lit matchstick against a can of gasoline. Actually, you can't make it up, but as the lights went down and the play began, it still wrote itself. Be sure to say that Remy never smiled not when Mariah Carey sang a high note that sounded like a scream for help. Not when Kendrick won. And definitely not when Papoose leaned in and murmured something into Claressa's ear, causing her to giggle like a schoolgirl during recess. An anonymous source claims that seat filler Kayla seemed to be mentally working on algebraic problems, asking herself, "Damn, Kayla." And Clapcam Bet had the boldness and courage to pan the camera directly over Papoose and Claressa during a moment of cheering from the crowd, catching them both laughing together as Remy Ma sat in the background with the kind of face you only see in films about actual crime. She blinked slowly, like she was doing a real-time legal fee calculation. Twitter went bananas in a matter of minutes with the hashtag Remy Ma. Right trending with frame-by-frame analyses of Remy's facial expressions. Maybe she's simply tired, some followers tweeted in an attempt to excuse her, to which another fan replied, weary of seeing. However, as the public was teasing, some questions began to surface, such as why she was even placed there. Whether it was a coincidence, or whether Bet's production team had gone into messy mode and purposely ignited this human fireworks show. Other sections had empty rows. That seat wasn't random. Someone made a choice, and that choice was Lighting Board Larry. Others didn't hold back. And she went from all the way up to all the way done in one seating chart, which was terrible. Ratings, and he might be right because everyone was interested in how long it took Remy Ma to get up and throw a program at Claressa's head. She did regret betrayal and possibly indigestion. This is where the Bet scandal gets delicious, because the longer she sat, the more it became clear that she wasn't a woman caught off guard, but rather trapped in a real-life meme factory in a moment. So painfully awkward it should be on display in a museum. Get your popcorn ready, because what happened next wasn't just caught on camera. At one point, Rhee's reflex was caught on a nearby camera. And her eye twitched just once, and that's when we knew she was jealous, not petty or sad, but truly, silently, soul-scorchingly jealous. Don't go anywhere, because in part 2, we're going to break down the body language, the alleged footage leak that Bet didn't want you to see, and how anonymous sources are claiming that this entire seating arrangement was a planned media trap. Liper zoomed in, slowed down, re-uploaded on TikTok. I'm over-explained by dramatists and PhDs. First, let's talk about the alleged footage leak that went viral on the internet shortly after the event. A 12-second clip that seemed to be from a backstage security fidend. Olivia Pope simply dropped the files in this grainy, overheated footage. Claressa is seen adjusting her dress and laughing with Papoose, and behind them, through the curtain slit, Remy Ma is standing with her arms crossed, glaring as if the walls owe her child support. The internet agreed, as Instagram gossip pages exploded with side-by-side shots comparing Rhee's face to various horror movie villains' Twitter posts, saying, "Sorry, X, but let's be real, it's still Twitter," and went completely crazy. Remy Ma seemed to be mentally uppercutting Claressa from behind that curtain, but it wasn't jealousy. Rather, it was spiritual warfare. The stare went viral within minutes after one TikTok creator wrote, "This is the kind of look that makes your skin burn for no reason. Like she wasn't just mad. She was mourning a man who ain't dead. I'm grown, but don't let this dress fool you." Chaos claims that Rhee's microphone was accidentally left on for 11 minutes during a break segment. "Oh, honey," she allegedly whispered to someone sitting next to her, possibly Fat Joe or an innocent seat filler. "They're doing this on purpose. They want me to react, they want me to snap, but I won't give them the satisfaction," according to a now-deleted post by a rogue sound engineer named Mitch Kmark. Bet mic'd the wrong people. There are now t-shirts, memes, and mood boards with the slogan, "Don't let this dress fool you," all over the world. One Twitter user wrote, "Remy Ma saying, 'Don't let this dress fool you,' is my new daily affirmation." Of course, the internet took it as gospel, and we even had influencers use artificial intelligence AI to make up their own positive emotions to support Claressa. And look, jealous in order to get views. But wait, you want receipts? Let's talk about nameless insiders, because nothing says investigative journalism, one source claiming to be a Bet Awards seating coordinator who asked to remain anonymous and only used the name Seat God, told us that Papoose's bending over to wipe a smudge off Claressa's lip wasn't a random moment. Rather, it was the ideal camera perspective for a live reaction. This unnamed wardrobe assistant said that Remy had asked for a change since then. But the Bet producers told her, "You'll have the best camera angle here." She brought out the popcorn gifts because she was either ready for the tension or knew it would be awkward. But guess what? Claressa didn't. An anonymous account posted screenshots of an alleged conversation between Claressa and a friend before the show, in which she said, "I just hope I don't have to sit too close to Remy. I'm not in the mood for shade tonight." This is just one example of the playbook that explains why red carpet couples are always positioned near ex-partners for maximum buzz. As his ex-wife fought not to explode behind them, Papoose seemed to be in his element, holding hands with the champion and not caring at all. If you thought that was enough, someone had to name Easy the block captain yep in a now viral clubhouse. Chat titled, "Was it worth it, Remy?" A mysterious person claiming to be Ezzy's cousin claims that she actually lost both men. The internet is cold, but towards the end of the awards show, Remy, without a word, slowly reached for her clutch bag, got up, and left without any drama or tears, just a silent, haunting exit like a character leaving the last scene of a tragic movie. That was the one moment that broke the internet again as she left like a ghost of her own marriage. Papoose and Claressa were seen laughing softly together. The camera crew didn't even cut to the commercial. They zoomed in because Bet is better at drama than Shonda Rhimes. But that's where part 3 begins, where we're talking about the media storm. Fake apologies, celebrity reactions, and lawsuit rumors. Did Bet go too far? Was Remy Ma tricked into an emotional breakdown on live TV? Is there a PR battle simmering? Behind the scenes, she didn't clap or blink. She just vanished. In a matter of minutes, the video of her exiting the club became popular on social media, with people still in denial reposting it on Facebook, Auntie's YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels with titles like "You never know what someone is going through." But it wasn't the walkout that made everything go terribly wrong. Rather, it was the tale that followed. You see, Remy Ma's silence became a call to action for those hurt, while Claressa and Papoose were off-setting relationship goals. In high school, basically, one viral tweet with 2.7 million views said that this wasn't an award show, but rather a psychological hit job in HD and Bet. Our sources tell us that Bet executives were in full PR crisis mode, with lawyers going over crowd shots frame by frame, Zoom calls with blacked out names, and one poor intern getting fired for liking a tweet that claimed that Bet had thrown Remy Ma into a Love and Hip Hop reunion. Hashtags like #JusticeForMai, #they knew what they were doing, and the completely insane #VetErupt trended for 48 hours straight. Singing arrangements at the BET Awards are made months in advance and are based solely on camera angles, artist visibility, and production flow, a Bet spokesman said in a very well-polished but comically false statement. Any emotional responses captured on camera during the broadcast were utterly unplanned and regrettable. Wow, but hold on a second. Let's dissect the official responses, or rather, phony damage control statements made by people who clearly don't understand the meaning of the word sincere. Unfortunately, they said that her suffering was regrettable. The next morning, Claressa Shields shared a photo on social media with the words, "I'm still shining and undefeated." Just vibrations and violence with no tag or context. But the true twist occurred when the boxing champion published claimed legal threats. One statement, which has been reposted over 50,000 times, said Claressa won the ring, the man, and the moment Remy lost in every direction. Oof! Whether this is true or not, it was enough to spark a new debate. Did Bet set Remy Ma up for public humiliation? Was this a revenge seat? Was this a clout trap? So, it's a storyline in plain sight. The screenshot shows someone posing as Remy Ma's cousin's hairstylist assistants. Uber driver sending the executive producer of Bet the following message: "My client is exploring legal options regarding emotional exploitation and reputational harm caused by intentional seating decisions during your live broadcast." I swear I caught Mona whispering to a Bet employee close to the stage. It appeared that she was saying, "Now bring on the breakup." Let that sink in. Mona, the mastermind behind Love and Hip Hop, was spotted backstage at the BET Awards, according to phony but amazing sources. She wasn't on the schedule or on the team, but she was just there lurking like she smelled franchise potential. And we can't forget the clapback of the year allegedly sent in a DM by Easy, the block captain, who hadn't publicly commented until now. He reportedly messaged a gossip blogger and said, "I wasn't the person who played her. She just picked the wrong person to bet on. Remy Ma, on the other hand, has gone totally silent online, no posts, tweets, or criticism, just ghost mode. Sir, that is a bar. Naturally, this has only increased the issue. After YouTubers published hour-long analyses with titles like "Why Papoose Might Be the Real Villain Here," Bet Awards, the most savage seeding since Game of Thrones, and Remy Ma's silence is louder than any verse she ever wrote. Ordinary celebs are now joining in. The post from Tamar Braxton read, "Remy is better than me. I would have been escorted out wearing heels with my hands." Of course, it had to be made worse. He reposted the video with the caption, "Plot twist. It was all a rollout. Watch what drops next week, sir." What is dropping is a diss track, a boxing match, or a Bet After Dark documentary. So what are the consequences? To put things in perspective, Remy Ma's reputation has been destroyed and her loyal fan base is in a frenzy. The other woman with no cold is now officially Claressa Shields. Even Joe Button, the unofficial spokesperson for Petty Males, finds Papoose to be unconcerned, moisturized, and emotionally unavailable. There are reports that a pilot series called Behind the Velvet Robes may be in preparation. Energy said on his podcast that Remy Ma sat in the loser's lounge as her ex was receiving plaudits and said, "That's cold. That's Bet." In reality, Zeus and Netflix were supposedly circling that evening, and if we know anything, it's that someone was burning a cigar with Bet's ratings chart. And that concludes this huge, trivial, nearly Shakespearean tale. Or is it because, let's be honest, you believe Remy Ma won't notice? The memes are spreading, the internet has decided that the video is immortal. And Remy Ma's expression in that camera pan will always be in the same Hall of Fame as Jordan's tears and Nick Young's shrug. Let's talk to you, the audience, first. If you haven't seen Seasoned Rap Beef Mode, Remy gives her a beat and a microphone. And you might just get a complete diss track called Row 4. Was it only a seating accident during the BET Awards, or was it a live television psychological ploy? Was it intentional for Claressa to take her victory lap with Papoose right in front of Remy Ma? Did producers place a wager? To be honest, Remy Ma didn't have to speak. In a full 12-peso Netflix original, her face conveyed tension and remorse, and the sound of her slow blinking while her ex-boyfriend locked hands with an unbeaten champion, all without a screenplay or language. We'd like to hear from you now. Add it to the speech in the comments. Remy's actual victim speech was Balloon. Balloon didn't go overboard with the drama. Claressa Balloon is the "we are aware of what Remy did not do. She did not cry, she did not blink, and she most certainly did not clap prior to your departure." Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more dramatic celebrity showdowns, leaked videos, and sensational breakdowns that you won't find in the mainstream media. The truth is always leaking, the chairs are cursed, and the tea is always boiling. In this celeb tycoon's world, hit that bell eventually because the next controversy may already be in the works. And believe us, it will be far worse. Far worse.